Welcome to the Penny Bloom Podcast. Ain't another place that has got more bombast. Romp past your mom, dad's listening to Tomcats. Talking everything that make you sad. We don't want that. We're here to make you smile. Put your mind at ease. Peace, love, and bloom, and always praise Keanu Reeves. This what we about. This some weeding now. We'll talk until we can't no more, and then we peacing out. Alright, let's go. Penny Bloom Podcast. It's the Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. It's the Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast.
Hello, everybody, and welcome in to another episode of the Penny Bloom Podcast. 'Tis I, Colton Robertson, and today we continue the 52-year journey through film. It is the second week of November, and that means it is the year 2015. I am joined by Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, it is always a pleasure to have you. You ready to talk the housing crisis?
What a bright and just gleaming subject to talk about.
Oh, man, and this movie was nothing but a fucking ray of sunshine for us. The Big Short, released in 2015. This is our movie of the week for the 52-year journey through film, The Big Short. And, you know, solid film. Well acted, well performed. But
it's about how...
but goddamn. That's it. That's all. That's the extent of the thought.
Yeah. It's about how entertaining you can make a movie about the housing crisis. Which
Absolutely.
is very... I was like... I feel like a teacher would walk into a room and be like, all right, class, we're going to watch a movie about the housing crisis. I'd be like, oh, fuck, I'm in for, one of the most boring movies, of all time. I'm ready to turn off my brain and just idle mode. But then if they put this on, I'd be like, oh, shit, I'm kind of learning.
Yeah, she hands out one of those, or they hand out one of those fucking work-along worksheets for a movie where they're like, what's a CDO? What's a this? What's a that?
Ooh, personal finance teachers take notes.
Take notes, Mr.
Perfect.
Cooley. Take notes. Yeah, The Big Short. Let's break it down for the folks out there who are joining us for this godforsaken film. It was released December 23rd, 2015. The screenplay is by Charles Randolph and Adam McKay, based on a book by Michael Lewis, and it's directed by Adam McKay. And Adam McKay, one who we've been largely familiar with, especially due to the success of his Netflix Oscar Best Picture nominee last year, Don't Look Up.
Oh.
He wrote and directed that as well. Wrote and directed Vice, also starring Christian Bale. He's got quite the resume on him. He's done all the Will Ferrell movies. Step Brothers is produced by him and all that. Quite the resume there on Adam McKay. But let me tell you, the reason this movie hits at all is that cast. Adam McKay's got an interesting style. But let me tell you, in a movie with Ryan Gosling, Christian Bale, Brad Pitt, you know who I don't expect to be my favorite performance of the film?
Dude.
Steve Carell.
Let's go. I was hoping you were going to be there too. Because,
this is far and away the most interesting character work. And, Christian Bale, he kind of fucking bodies that. I loved that role. But Mark Baum just had so much more there to work with. A lot more range to try and capture.
Wow. The only performance to get even nominated was Christian Bale at the Oscars, which is interesting.
Nominated for Best Picture as well, so that's
I thought that Brad Pitt, he was okay. He was supposed to be very secluded and secretive, and I think he played the role well.
Yeah,
but he was just... He really didn't have to do a whole lot.
Yeah, his best scene is that one where he's like, you guys are fucking laughing?
Yeah.
Like, if we're right, thousands of people will lose their jobs. Millions of people will lose their jobs. People will lose their homes. Did you know that the mortality
Poverty
rate rises?
goes up.
40,000, like 40,000 people die for every 1% unemployment goes up. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
That's fucking nuts, man. So, like, that's far and away his strongest scene, but, like, the reason Steve Carell has the best performance here is because he gets to act a little bit more in different, with a little more range. You know, he has to access places that, you know, Michael Burry was just not capable of going. Ben Rickert was a very just straightforward, normal dude, and Jared Vennett, played by Ryan Gosling, was just an absolute douchebag, and you knew that the whole time. Now, I will say some other underrated performances in the movie were the young guys working alongside them that are working tangentially to them, I should say. Man, they're low on this cast list, even though they were a big part of this movie.
Is this one of them?
No, that's Mark's brother. Are they even on here?
Wait, is this one of them? But he just looks
I don't think
way
so.
older in this picture.
No. Why are they not on the fucking cast list on IMDb? Oh, I found him. Finn Wittrock and Finn Wittrock and John Magaro.
Wow. That's pretty low.
Yeah, I could not find them for the life of me.
There they are, playing Charlie Geller and Jamie Shipley.
Yeah, and if you make it all the way through The Sopranos...
Oh, the young investors. Yeah. Okay. Brownland or whatever they're...
Yeah, Brown. They called him, like, Brown... I can't fucking remember, man. This movie was so goddamn boring.
We didn't actually find the plans for the housing crisis on the table.
Yeah,
blah,
like,
blah,
that
blah.
shit was funny.
I love how they broke the fourth wall every now and then. With
John
the
Magaro
movie.
there, if you make it through the entirety of The Sopranos and you get around The Many Saints of Newark eventually, he plays the guy on the left plays a young Silvio Dante.
Wow. I would have expected it to be this guy. He looks just a lot more mob-like.
Oh, yeah, you see that dude with the wig and no glasses, and man, that's Silvio right there. Young Silvio.
I guess, yeah, true. I guess he doesn't have to wear glasses in real life.
And he's wearing a little bit of a fat suit, like, so he's got a little bit more going on there, prosthetically. But, yeah, I really liked them in this movie as well. And you were right in saying that this makes the housing crisis about as entertaining a movie as it can be here. I really liked the way they were able to thread a story through this of, like, with an actual heart with Mark Baum there, and you know, the moral ambiguity of what they're doing, the moral superiority at points they feel, even though they probably shouldn't, just because that lady in that office was right. They were hypocrites. You know, like, how many of those shorts are you invested in? Like, yeah, it doesn't make you wrong, it makes you a fucking hypocrite. And she gave the most stellar performance for a 3-minute part of a movie I've ever fucking watched.
Damn.
I felt that so hard. But there were a lot of really cool little roles in this movie. Marissa Tomei popping up as Mark Baum's wife, which was really, really cool to see. Yeah, her. She killed it.
Do you think they made her, like, blind to the, you know, like, she's, like, do you think there's a reason they made, because, like, no way, or maybe this actress just had, like, LASIK eye surgery the day of filming, you know, and it just so happened that, like, she had to wear these, like, no matter what. Or it's like
they turned a blind eye.
Yeah. What's the price for your blind eye? A lot of fees, and the big banks make all the monies.
that shit where they took the story to the Wall Street Journal and they were like, this is the largest criminal activity in the history of Wall Street. This is never been done before and it is evil. And they were like, I can't take that anywhere. It's like, what the fuck? And the ending, man. The last thing they put on screen made me sink. I was like, oh no.
Yep.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Where they were like, this is basically just another name for a CDO. I was like, fuck. And
you know what's also climbing really fast right now too?
Yeah.
Is inflation.
Yep.
And a lot of people aren't able to pay their mortgages
right now
anymore.
Yeah.
Right now. So money's worth more, and people are getting less of it. Maybe it's time we go in and bet against the or bet against the housing market.
I wonder how much more people are actually doing that now, though.
We got to be the first. That's what I've learned. If someone hasn't done it already, let's crunch the numbers. Let's Michael Bomb this, or not Michael Bomb.
Mark.
Let's Mark. Is it Mark? The Christian Bale.
Oh, Michael Burry.
Burry, yes. Let's Michael Burry this out. Let's just crunch the numbers, look at every single mortgage there is, and find out when it's going to happen. Get, our $500 million investor fund pool that we control.
Yeah, of course.
And just put it all in. And
one would, in theory. But that shit where the young investors took it to them and they were like, "Yeah, man, we're fucking ready. Let's get this shit all set up." And they were like, "We have 30 million right now." And they're like, "All right, well, you guys are a little short, so we don't know if we're gonna be able to do that." Like, well, how short? How do we do it? Like 1.5 billion.
Ooh.
Yeah, and they were like, "Fuck." Makes us look pretty bad that we didn't know that before we came in here, huh? And they're like, yeah, not looking the best.
And this was just the peripheral screening before the meeting.
Yeah, exactly.
This wasn't even their meeting. This was just
who schedules a meeting at 4:50 in the fucking afternoon?
Oh man,
they were leaving the office at 5, bro. They were leaving the office at 5.
Wow. That's rough. That is rough. But I don't know. I feel like I have an actual understanding of what happened now.
Far
and
better than I did once. Yeah, for sure.
And now I'm like, dang, like we really like that this happened in real life.
Yo, and I didn't get the we were 8. 7 actually. 7 when it actually started. 8 is now. We consider 08 the kind of year, but all the events of the spiral started in 07 for this. And, watching just the people filing out of the banks and them be like, holy shit, it's starting. Holy shit, it's starting. Like, I don't even know what it must have been like to be an adult during this time.
Could you imagine?
It gives me chills and scares me to think about.
Because, I was thinking of, what actually happened to just a normal person. They didn't really, they show, people were forced out of their homes, and they showed the bad negative things that happened because of it. But I was thinking of, what legitimately happened. And was it because the bank folded that their money is just gone? If they had money in an account with a bank, it is now just gone.
Yeah.
Because the bank has to pay out all these shorts to these people, or the money
was going
because the loan collapsed
from it. They just managed to benefit from it. The collapse is what made it happen.
Who pays? So that, but that's the thing, is that they made the short mortgage bets with the banks, though. He went bank to bank, making those bets, and didn't every bank dissolve?
Pretty much, a lot of them.
was the
But they got
reason they
government- They all ended up
dissolved.
getting like a lot of them ended up getting government bailouts. So it was like
And like at the end, the government was trying to buy all the shorts from like everyone,
yeah.
which like what?
Yeah, when they flipped it, like whenever like they came back to Mark Baum's office and he was like, they want to buy all of it, and they're like, oh shit, so this is really gonna happen, huh? Because they came back like it was like, oh shit, it's starting, like the scene before, right? And then they were like, all right, we got to get this while we can. Dude,
Man, and I feel like I was only lost for like a little bit of the movie. I never like the big general idea. I think was pretty easy, but they went on.
What's really interesting is I don't. I can usually retain and comprehend a lot of a movie really well a couple days after watching it. I know I understood completely as I was watching. I will need to watch it a couple more times for it to seep into my brain exactly what happened. Because it's just so many informational scenes one after the other. You know, like it's like there's some story through line obviously, but like it's just an impending doom that follows the whole movie. And you know, Adam McKay kind of having a habit for that with Don't Look Up and The Big Short here.
Yeah. Whenever like. I think it was Anthony Bourdain's.
Yeah.
Or no, it was Selena Gomez and like
the mathematician.
Yeah, and whenever they were like, and then they make a side bet of the side bet of the side bet of the side bet, and they kept going.
So this person puts $100,000 down. Then people
like,
bet on whether that person will be right, and then another person bets on whether that person will be right.
And then you, like a lot of times during this movie, I realized that like I had to remind myself that like this actually happened in real life. Like this is not a made up narrative. Like this stuff.
These are based off real people too. Like it's not like this didn't happen.
Yeah,
any of it.
Yeah, which is even more crazy. It's I don't know. It's insane that like it's not talked about more. I don't know.
Doesn't it feel like we should be learning about this in school?
I mean, obviously, the government doesn't want us to know anything about it. They'd rather it just dissolve forever. I mean, how many people went to jail because of it? I think they said some people got arrested. None. One. Oh, and it was a guy that tried to short it. It wasn't even a government guy. It was just a civilian.
Well, it was a banker who tried to short it.
That's right.
It was corrupt of him to try and do that.
What?
One guy got arrested for this. And it was like a mass criminal activity by the banks.
And like the banks just paid fees to the smaller banks to keep them quiet. But the thing is that the smaller banks, like they had no idea that this was coming either. They were like the super cocky dudes that we get introduced to.
Those fuck boys.
Yeah. Like they are meant to show that like no one thought that it was even a remote possibility that like even a freaking triple B whatever would fail. Like are you kidding me? Like if they don't speak English, the better, or whatever. He's like, yeah, God, just they sign wherever.
Garbage.
And I'm just like, dude, damn.
And that shit at the end when Mark Baum was like, and I know they're just going to blame it on immigrants and poor people. And then Ryan Gosling kicked in and he was like, and he was wrong. They did this. They made arrests. They did everything they needed to. And I'm just fucking kidding. Of course they blamed it on immigrants and poor people. Man, yeah, it was just so disheartening. And I think we're actually worse off. I think just as a people, Now, this would be riotous, I think. Like, there would, like, and it could really do some further damage beyond people losing their jobs and homes, which is a lot of damage, as it already was. You know what I'm saying?
If we were to get a round 2...
Fight!
Yeah. I mean, it wouldn't really be America anymore, I don't think. It'd be whatever. I don't know. I think, like, there'd be some revolution. Something would happen.
I mean, what if, I think that would just be Bezos' time to go, yeah, I'll bail everything out.
Oh, shit. Nah, he doesn't have... Does he have that much money?
Hundreds of billions?
But like a country. Like,
Here's my thing. The USA is trillions of dollars in debt. He's at least hundreds of billions ahead of that.
Yeah, but even hundreds of billions is nothing whenever it's 20-something trillion.
True.
You need
A drop in the bucket.
40 more Bezoses. Even more than 4. You need like 80 Bezoses to match like the world or the debt. But like he could definitely take over. You know? He do something. He'd be like, "All right, food, you want food? Amazon will ship it to you. You want any, you know, your work, go to the warehouse. You want a job? Go to the warehouse. You want food? You want shelter? We'll supply shelter too."
Mm-hmm.
Dude, yeah. I'm going to Mars.
Going to Mars. That's the plan. Nah, for real though, like, I frankly don't even know what the fuck else to say about this movie besides just how disheartening it was to be like, wow, this happened and doesn't seem too far-fetched to happen again.
Yeah, no. It seems that it's already in the process, though. Like, even at the end of this movie, which came out in 2015, they're saying it's happening again. And, you know, I think it's just because Wall Street is just so... They do, like they mentioned in the movie, they have a lot of flashy words so that they make you think that you can't get into it and understand it.
Right.
Like all these French words and all these shorts.
Yeah, tranches.
And dividends and all these words that just don't mean shit in day-to-day life. That it feels like there's a learning curve that's impossible to get over. But, like, they just keep you out of it, you know? Like, it's all... It's just, like, insider trading. Like, it's still happening.
And
like,
just on a very grand scale.
But now it feels like the big banks are paying, like, the billionaires now. Mm-hmm. It feels like... But, like, I don't know. Because billionaires take out loans from themselves somehow. That's a thing. They're their own bank, so they don't even need a bank.
That makes me just
you know, so, and they don't with taxes.
I'm good off that.
I mean, yeah, I'm staying positive. We'll
do my best.
Yeah, you know, how many more of these movies do we need? I guess, you know, maybe a movie shouldn't be the thing that gets humanity to realize.
Shit, I'd take it, though.
Yeah. You know, like, there was whenever COVID first happened, there was a movie that came out, like 3 years before that was Contagion or something like that. Yeah. And it, like, replicated it perfectly. We'll tell people that this is a fictional movie about what is to come in 2020, 2025. You know, it's just set in 2007. And then you let them know, oh no, that actually happened. That was real. Mm-hmm. But it's like about to happen again.
I'm
Maybe we
telling you,
just
there
put
needs
this-
to be an American required viewing.
Yeah.
It is. You will have to pay a substantial fee if you do not watch these. I don't know. I don't even think you need that fucking many. You could watch like 5, 10, and you'd be like, okay, yeah, all right. If this is a possibility, sure.
Dang. I just want to go to an island.
I just want to be. I don't even know where is safe.
Mars.
I don't even know where. Like, it almost feels like it has to be another planet.
I gotta go. They better step on that, you know.
Hit the gas.
Oh man, I guess any nominations for awards.
Oh yeah,
here?
we haven't even considered yet.
I mean, I'd say there's some writing. It's not really fair, right? I mean, it's literally. I guess they had to write the character interactions and stuff, though.
Yeah, like I think that like the fact that this movie did almost like at the end of the movie I got chills and I was it genuinely resonated with me and I was very much so scared and that's a it's a well written movie, you know. I could have just completely not understood any of it.
Who would you Charles
Adam
Randolph
McKay
and Adam McKay?
Yeah,
or all
yeah,
three
both
of them. And Michael Lewis, or
Michael Lewis, you know, he wrote the book. We'll just say that. You know, we're here. He wrote the book. But yeah, Adam McKay and Charles Randolph wrote that screenplay. Because I'm assuming the book is not dramatized. I'm imagining that it's just written, like as a historical like logging of the events that happened. But yeah, I really liked the writing of the movie. I thought that it kept me in it for a movie that I just didn't really understand what was happening. I mean, like, I understood it as I was watching it, and now that I'm over it, now that I've watched it, I'm like, I don't fucking know, man. I'll have to rewatch it a few times before I fully get it. But I understood it. It resonated. And I think a writing credit there is fair.
Okay. Any direction for Adam McKay?
Adam McKay did solid, but there was nothing that really made me go like, wow, what a choice.
I guess the fourth wall breaks, you know,
yeah,
like Margot
Robbie,
Anthony Bourdain. Yeah, I guess, yeah, true.
You know? Like, it's
and
like...
Then, well, I guess, and then you have Ryan Gosling's character being like, yeah, I told you I'd come back later. Oh, these losers, I never hang out with them. You know,
yeah,
like
right.
talking
Lots of
or
fourth
whatever.
wall breaking.
But I guess, yeah, it's nothing
at the end
special.
where he's like, I didn't tell you I was the good guy, okay? Like, yeah. I did what I did. I don't regret it. Now I'm rich as fuck.
Yeah. I mean, what is the moral line on that, you know?
Oh, like, it was a shitty thing to do.
But if they don't do it, then they're fucked.
Yeah, yeah. That's the thing, is that, like, I completely get why they did it. It's not like they were the cause of the housing crisis. They saw it coming and benefited from it. Like, if you have that opportunity, I don't see why you don't do it.
And I know. I mean, like, morally, you shouldn't to give into the system, whatever, you know? But then, like, you're just going to suffer. You know, at least maybe you could be like, okay, I'm going to give some of it back. Yeah, or something, like,
it takes a decent person to actually do that with the money after that, but and I have the feeling Ryan Gosling is not that dude in this movie. I have a feeling he's gonna be.
Dude, I bet
living quite the exuberant life.
I bet being rich during that time was so much better because no one had money, so probably everything was so much cheaper during that time. Like, yachts were probably for sale, half
on the dime, man.
Dang, I didn't even think about that. The rich just get richer, man.
They always do. They always stay eating. But
any actors or actresses?
Another movie just dominated by penises. Just a lot of men. Just a lot of men. And I do think that who would you say is like the lead? Are there 4 leads?
I wouldn't say it's Christian Bale. I don't know.
I'd put Mark Baum as a lead before I would Christian Bale. Like,
Yeah.
those are the 2 I would nominate. I think
Mark
Christian
Baum and
Bale
Christian
in the
Bale.
supporting,
Yeah.
Steve Carell in the best actor category.
Yeah. Is it
Yeah, it's C.
Carell?
2 R's, 1 L.
Carell.
Might be 2 L's.
Carell. Let's see. It's 2 L's.
It's 1 R, 2 L's.
As Mark
That looks
Baum.
fucking dumb to me.
It does. As
Looks more
Mark
like
Baum.
Carol.
I know. I don't know if I like that. And then best supporting actor.
I'm gonna write him a strongly worded letter.
Yeah, tell him dude, I don't know what you're.
I don't know what the
Family
fuck you
was
were thinking when
thinking.
you spelt your last name. Or what your ancestors were thinking when they spelt their last name.
Or
Michael Burry.
or freaking
B-U-R-R-Y.
Ellis Island was thinking. Oh yes.
Yeah, I give him the supporting actor nod.
Soundtrack, costume design, set design. Well,
None of those getting anything from me.
Wall
Not
Street,
today.
Suits, a douche convention.
Yeah, I don't know. It was. They didn't have to do too much here.
No.
I'd be willing to bet like 75% of the budget was dedicated to paying the actors.
Yeah, that's probably fair. I mean, those some big names to pay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I don't
wonder
really-
what the budget was for this. Wonder if $50 million was the budget, and they made about $133 million.
Profit.
That's pretty good. That's a pretty good return on your investment.
It is. Tens of
Oh,
millions.
here we go. How much do they have to pay to their big name actors?
I'm going at least half.
Apparently no one knows. Huh. But yeah, this, I don't know. I'm trying to think of like ranking now, of where it would be, and I'm very curious on where this one's gonna.
Yeah, that's interesting because like I enjoyed it about as much as I could, this type of movie. But I don't have any interest in watching it again. Like if I did, it would be purely educational, not like oh man, you got to see this movie. Like I'm not going to be like, have you seen The Big Short? Like I don't know, fuck it.
I think I found something. Brad Pitt is apparently 11% of this movie's budget.
That means all of them have to be about 11% of this movie's budget, right?
So the biggest contributor is Brad Pitt at around 11 something. Steve Carell at 6.8. Christian Bale, his numbers just blocked out for some reason, and Adam McKay got 3.2. Why is it just... Ryan Gosling only got about 1.4 million. I mean, $1.4 million. Jeez.
That's
nuts.
it? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, I would gladly
be a douchebag in a very normal way for $1 million. That was such an easy paycheck for him to cashier. Yeah, my enjoyment of this movie, I mean, let me see some of the other enjoyment scores over here. I gotta, because I really don't know where I sit. It's nowhere near there. We're gonna have to scroll down. Yeah, man. maybe 3.75, and I'd say that's probably about where it's at. You know, like it was well acted, entertaining, but didn't love it. I mean, like if we are doing like how much it connected with us, like I guess it did do its job. Like it did scare me, and I was like, oh my fucking god.
I think 3.75 is fair though.
All right,
because
cool.
I mean it wasn't like I'm like serotonin levels are going out. You know, it wasn't like
right.
Wow,
But like
I'm
you know,
so glad I'm watching this movie.
We've talked about how like it. This movie's not supposed to connect with you like that. You know, like I think it did connect with me the way it was supposed to connect with me, but I don't know, just wasn't huge on it. So genre, is this just based on a true story? Dramas?
That's what I'd say.
It's pretty good. It's pretty solid in that regard.
I think the story itself, like just the real thing, is just good enough. Like making a movie. Well, I don't know. I guess
it was like, so hard.
Probably,
I don't want to undercut them at all because it was hard to make a movie this entertaining.
Yeah, it's probably hard. Subject. Yeah, but like you have a freaking corrupt chain that goes all the way to the tippy top, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's kind of like, if you can make it mass watchable, then the story's good enough on its own. Like of how it played out with these people. You know, they chose the right part of the story instead of it just being the mass public or whatever. But I don't know, I'd say like it's probably at like a 4.25, 4.5.
Okay, I was leaning towards the 4.25. I thought that was a fair rating, you know, because like you know, if we are going based on a true story dramas, you know, it was a hard one to make resonate, but you know, Malcolm X.
That's a 5.
That's a 5 out of 5 right there. I mean,
is that our only one?
Even American Gangster is based on a true story. Like that's a better based on a true story, I would say.
That's a 5.
Yep, there you go. Yeah, not a
Wolf
lot of
Wall
Wolf of Wall Street.
4.8.
Yeah, I mean Wolf of Wall Street's the closest you'll get to this movie, fictionally, and making it and they had the opportunity to make it so much more entertaining with that one.
Yeah.
There was just a lot more possibility there, but you know, the Wall Street and banking sort of side of it makes you're on the criminal side perspective there, not the investors.
And they're on the up and up.
Yeah, exactly.
Not on the very scary downfall.
Yeah, but I would say all those are better based on a true story movies than this is. Yeah, and then as a film, this is probably where it does best. The acting was really good, and like I said, a hard movie to make entertaining and resonate in any way. And they did that. You know, like I said, the performances were so strong. I don't know. I think this might be our first 4.4 out of 5 stars.
Ooh. Better made than an Aliens and Inception, but not quite a Malcolm X.
Okay, maybe it is a 4.2.
Not quite. Okay, Avatar. Yeah. It is a little bit better than American Graffiti and Taxi Driver, but below The Breakfast Club, A Clockwork Orange, and Avatar.
That feels good to me. The acting was really good, but other than that, I didn't really love a lot about the movie. So, like, I think that's fair. I think that's a fair rating there at a 4.2 out of 5 stars.
Yeah, I think that's completely fair there. Let's see what that shakes it out to be overall. Makes it a 4.07, which puts it right above Rise of the Planet of the Apes and below Inception.
Yeah, yeah, and like that's a good score for this movie for me. Like,
yeah, that's pretty good. Like,
I
what the
didn't
movie
expect
is.
it to be even slightly entertaining, and I was entertained. I will gladly say that.
Oh, yeah. No, yeah, I did not. I don't know. This was a movie that my uncle wanted me to download for him, so I was like, okay, this is like, is this an uncle movie? This is kind of
Right.
like, I don't know. I didn't really have high expectations for it, but then while I watched it, I was like, oh damn, yeah, this shit's real, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty well made actually.
Yeah.
So I was pleasantly surprised with The Big Short actually. So, I mean, it's down at 42, in that necessarily, but 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 27th place. It went from 42nd to 27th.
How many movies did that make it for us here?
51.
51.
Yeah. Wow.
So 42nd out of 51, definitely in that bottom percentile. But
yeah, it's in the bottom 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In the bottom 10, just makes the bottom 10.
And
that's okay.
we don't have a lot ahead of us that I anticipate will unseat that. If I'm being honest, we got kind of baller movies here on in. But the top of the bottom 10, very important there. It is the top of the bottom 10, and I would say that I definitely agree with that. I think Adam McKay, if he'd shined a little harder there, done a little bit more, maybe it rises a little bit in that critical rating.
Yeah,
but
I feel like there was something missing with Christian Bale's character. I feel like they had a story they just didn't really want to dive into, because, I don't know. I feel like there was going to be a lot more with him. He just kind of it felt like he was just ignoring emails and phone calls every time he was on screen for a little bit.
He just kept getting in trouble at work, and he kept being like, I don't know, man, I think it'll work out. Fuck, it's not going to work out. Oh shit, it worked out. That sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like, you're welcome. Here's $494 million. You're welcome. Or whatever. And I thought they were going to play in, I guess, to his social anxiety side of the story more. I thought there was going to be him with his wife and how she comforts him, or I don't know, or something that gave
anything more than what they gave us. And that's the thing, is that the only place you get anything more is with Steve Carell's character, and that's why it became our favorite part of the movie. No doubts. But yeah, man, shit.
There we go.
With that, The Big Short came to a 4.07 out of 5 stars, just a 8.1 out of 10 there, or 8.2 out of 10 ish, 8.14 if we're getting technical with it. But yeah, man, I'm solid, but not the best movie I've ever watched. And with that, if you would, head to patreon.com/CoroBloomer. You'll find over 30 hours of exclusive content. All that's over there for all that money goes back into making sure I can put this podcast on, because I do not make any off of it unless it's over there. So that's greatly appreciated. If you would, head to Twitter, follow @PennyBloomPod, follow on Instagram @PennyBloomPodcast. Please leave a 5-star rate and review, and keep up with our 52-year journey through film. We've only got a few weeks left, just a few weeks left. And next Friday comes the year 2016, and we'll be discussing La La Land, which I am very, very excited about. It's one of my favorites of all time. Another Ryan Gosling one. Ryan Gosling, Emma Stone, just a bunch of fun faces there. And our first real deal musical. We did cover Lion King back in 1994, but and not to discredit anything animated, that is also a real deal musical, but we get to see people perform musical numbers and songs and such, and it's an incredibly critically acclaimed movie. And oh yes, Kansas City Film Critics Circle Award came to The Big Short this week, as one did come to La La Land next week. But yeah, let's with that, I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Well, thank you for having me. It is always a pleasure.
Oh, and it is always a pleasure to have you. Remember, peace, love, and bloom. And truth is like poetry. Most people fucking hate poetry.